Wait, let me scroll over a little bit. Okay, there we go. Good evening, y'all. We in there. We in there. Let's go. Hi, guys. I know I miss y'all. I know we miss each other. Welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. Like, you already know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you guys are tuning in. I'm grateful to be here another day. I'm grateful for my guests. I'm grateful for the gratefulness of the gratefulness that's in the gratefulness to be grateful for. You feel me? You'll catch it later. All right, so let me formally introduce myself. My name is Eb. I am Domo Jones, and I'm the hostess of 1 Billion Brave. Let's go. For those that don't know, I am a disability confidence coach. I am an author. I am a business owner. I am an admin of the nation. I'm an admin of the nations. But most of all, I have a disability. Hence, why this show is so dope. Because who a host is that got a disability. We in there. You feel me? So let's get into the house rules. You already know what it is. No profanity. No, we don't do that on this show. We don't do that on this show because there's so many words that we could use. What we about to do? We're about to use them. It's real simple. No bashing of profanity. No bashing of gender, politics, religion, or race. We ain't got time for none of that. Like, we really don't have time for none of that. Why? Because from one blood he made all the nations. So pretty much we like family. You can't fuck. What up, bro? What up, sis? I see you. Uh, I see you, bro. I see you. Also, this show is about the disabled community, bringing light, awareness, information, and just knowledge on what does it look like to be disabled. And we bring on guests that have a disability, limitation, or an essential caregiver, giving them a platform to share their story beyond their condition, because we're pretty much dope. Like, this community is really dope, is all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. Also, this is okay. We got two things, and this is the most important. There are two most important things. We will be talking about Jesus Christ on this show. You already know what's up. Keep the main thing, and he is the main thing. Y'all know. You already know what's up. Like, let's not play like we don't know that Jesus Christ is number one. And he always gonna be number one. Period. And y'all got y'all okay, turn your good ear on. Put the good ear. Erica Javette, love you. Put the good ear on. This show has a hostess with a disability, with guests that have disabilities or limitation. Oprah. Lady O, I'm coming for you. Just keep your door unlocked and have the fruit snacks by the door. That's all I'm asking. Because you're going to know who I am, and you're going to know one thing in Brave, and that's that, bro. That's that. You're welcome. Lady O, I see you, and you're going to see me real soon, okay? Bro, you already know I have my V8, so I got a little energy. But we're going to get into the Life of Domo. Y'all ready for it? Good. Okay, so Life of Domo. Y'all know this past Sunday was Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there. You guys are amazing. I don't know how you guys do it, but you guys do it very well. But what we gonna do is we gonna talk about my mama. Mama, there she is. Hey, girl. That's my mama, y'all. And if you guys see in the comments, it says Patrice Gosley. Patrice Smith. That's my mama. Okay, so let me tell you guys why she is the real MVP. All your mamas are MVP, but my mom is the real MVP. Okay, so my life of Domo is I am still my mother's child, in the sense of, so where this is Mother's Day was Sunday. Monday morning, about we're gonna say 5:30 a.m. I decided I was knocked out, you know, sleep, slumber, and I decided to fall off my bed, like to the ground. Wait for it. And my arm, this whole region gets stuck in between my bed frame and my mattress. How, Sway? How we do that? What? So here's the thing. Here's where my mom comes into play. This is why she's a real MVP. I don't know how she heard, but her room is all the way upstairs. My room is downstairs. How does she hear anything? Because all I know, within a minute and a half, she's coming in my room. First of all, I got questions. One, am I 4 years old? How did I fall? What we doing? And two, how did my mom hear me to even know to come downstairs? That's a mama for you. For those that have mothers that have disabled children, you guys are the real MVPs, because I don't know how you guys have them bionicle ears and how you guys know what y'all know and feel what y'all feel and be in a dead sleep and hear from all the way upstairs. How she hear me? How in the world did she hear me? I mean, I will never ever know. But for that I'm grateful, because my arm was really stuck. It really was. Nevertheless, I just want to shout out my mom. Mama, love you. I love you. Listen, my mom's a real MVP. She always there. And for that, I'm grateful. We still celebrate Mother's Day. Y'all celebrate your mothers and love on your mothers, because there are people that don't have mothers. And if you have one, if your mom or your grandmother, your stepmom, it could be an aunt, it could be a surrogate mom. It don't even matter. Raven, I love you. It don't even matter what type of role she plays in your life. If she is a mom or a mother figure to you, celebrate her and cherish her, because she a real MVP. She a real one. She the real one. And for those that aren't your biological moms, love on them, bro. Give them a little. I know we're in a pandemic, but love is love. Give them a little tight squeeze. It's all about that contact. You feel me? Okay, so let's get into my guest real quick. Let me tell y'all. Let me tell you. First off, my guest, he was one of my guests in 2020 when I had my podcast. As a matter of fact, he was my very first guest, and that was when I didn't know what I was doing at all. And the dope thing was, he gave me some tips, and I actually used them. So that's the dopest thing. But look, let me tell y'all. Listen, here's the dopest thing, even doper than that. So he has a clothing brand out, and this is his clothing brand. This is one of the shirts. More than my disability. Why, when I seen him backstage, why did bro have the exact same sweater as me on? The connection, y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me. Why? Because y'all can't keep up with the Joneses. Y'all can't keep up with the Joneses. Let's just bring him out so y'all can see for yourselves. Don't keep up with the Joneses, because y'all never be caught. Woo! Eric Jones, what up though? Bring you on. Let's
How's
go.
it going? Hold on. You
Let's
see?
get it.
Yeah.
Let's get
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When I seen it on you, and I was like, hold on. Oh, okay. We got on the same shirt. I thought I was tripping. I was like, dude, is my shirt showing on her? And then I was like, oh, okay. We good. But how you doing?
Yo, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for letting me bless your audience again. I definitely remember that first episode a while ago, and I appreciate you actually utilizing the tips that I gave you, because sometimes you talk to people, and I know for myself I've got tips and I don't always do it, but it's good to hear when somebody actually listened to you and it was helpful.
Oh yeah, hands down. Mom, try again. Log off and log back on. um I'm very grateful that you, even because you have your own podcast, you have your own show, so I'm grateful that you were able to give a little amateur like me something that I can help me like progress and grow. Like that was super dope, because I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just asking you random questions, and you like, yo, you need a some type of target or something. Help me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Help me out a little bit. So for the people in the back, please let them know where you're from and what your condition, what the name of your condition is.
My name is Eric Jones Jr. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, and my condition is called radiation club hands, but it's something else. But I'm not even going to even go there. I don't remember, but that's the short version of what it is. So basically, it's everybody has two bones in their arm, and the main bone is the radius bone. I don't have the. I was born without the radius bone in both arms, so it made my arms short. So I had a lot of surgeries, 16 surgeries from 6 months all the way until I was 17 years old.
Woo! Mom, I got you. I got you, mom. That okay. I'm sorry, you said 16 because I had two and that was a lot. So you said 16. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that yeah, we gonna have to start from man, that's deep, bro. That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you explain to us or share with us how did that even start? Like, because you said from 6 months. So were you born with the condition? Did it eventually happen? Like, what happened?
Nope. So I was born with it, a rare condition, one out of a million people. Um, wasn't hereditary, nothing. Nobody else in my family has it or anything. So I was born in the 80s, and technology wasn't as clear as it is now. So when I came out, it was a shock to everybody. It was a shock to the doctors. It was a shock to my parents. Like they like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, yeah, boy, but what's going on here? And it took the doctors 24 hours to even figure out what was going, like what my condition was. So luckily, Shriners Hospital was there. They were in the hospital that week, and it's a hospital where if you have a disability as a kid, more so physical, it could be mental, they help. Like without them, I wouldn't have had probably none of those surgeries because we know how much surgeries cost.
Right.
So um, my mom loved on me like any mom would. Shout out to my mom.
That's
Uh,
mamas.
and my dad, my biological dad, he didn't like, he was like, oh, it's my mom's fault. It was different, like
Yeah.
he wasn't expecting his son to come out looking like that. So he kind of was like, he still was, my dad, but he was like, put me in hoodies and different stuff like that. So, like I said, my first surgery was at 6 months, and they each time I think they had to break my arm, like to try to straighten it. So
Okay.
I don't really have veins in my arm, so it's not like you could just, oh, okay, boom. They poking
Yeah.
around and they cut my leg open, my left leg. So I got my arms all jacked up, and then I got my left leg, and they couldn't get a vein in there, so they had to put it in my manhood. So I'm all jacked up at 6 months. So think
Woo.
about, we talking about moms, your mom. Think about moms seeing her baby. Baby can't talk, can't do nothing, and he got bandages and all over. I know she was probably going crazy, but she always
Right.
told me after every surgery or during the surgeries, I was always calm. So that made her calm, like, because I was like,
Yeah.
okay, you know. So I think my next one, I think I had like a lot when I was little. I don't remember a lot of them. I remember one time though, like because I don't have veins, I had bandages all over me because they poking me, and now I'm scared of needles. Like I'm
Really
supposed to get a
today?
wisdom. Yeah, I'm supposed to get a wisdom tooth pulled. I'm at the dentist. Lady come out with that needle like this. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, no, we did it last time. I'm like, no, right now we not gonna do it. Like, I'm like,
Okay.
I'm serious. Like, I was hyperventilating. I'm like, I hope this lady don't come close to me because I do not want to be on the news for slamming somebody because I'm not going. Like, I'm not, I'm not going. Like, it was
Okay.
just so crazy. But like, so my dad, my biological dad, he died when I was 4. So like I don't even remember any of the stuff like with him. My mom told me. So it kind of makes sense as I got older. because I always would wear a jacket. Like even now, I kind of do because I just don't be liking people staring or whatever the case.
Right,
But
right.
I don't wear it as much. Like I'm more comfortable. But before, like everywhere I go, I would wear a jacket because I was self conscious. But the surgeries never stopped me though as a kid. Like you know, I think my last surgery to me was my worst surgery because I got it when I was a junior in high school. I'm right-handed. I get surgery on my right hand in the middle of the school year. So I literally have to learn how to write with my left
With
hand.
your left hand. Ooh.
Like I did though. Like it wasn't it ain't the best, but I definitely, got it down pat. But so this how the surgeries didn't affect me. So I love basketball. That's how I'm who I am today because of
Yeah.
basketball. And
We
at
play
Shriners, they
basket.
got they got a basketball hoop downstairs. And anytime I see somebody playing basketball, I'm like, this is an
You want
hour.
it.
And listen, it's an hour after my surgery, and I have a plate in my arm. And I'm telling you, I was right-handed, so I shoot with my right hand. I'm like, man, I really want to play. I'm like, I could just play with the left hand. So I'm playing with the left hand, but I'm still shooting with the right hand at times.
Yeah.
After that game, I won both games of 21. It was two dudes, regular guys. They was just there with their family. But I'm like, I wasn't losing. And afterwards, I was in so much pain, but I was like, that really like helped me
It pushed you.
understand not making excuses and making adjustments. Now I'm
Right.
predominantly left-handed more so than I'm right-handed because after the surgery, like it
Left
kind of
over.
messed up my hand from having the metal plate in there. So that's kind of like, the surgery, the health part of, my situation growing up.
So what did the plate do? Did the plate keep your hand straight? What did the when they put the plate in, what was that for?
Yeah, to keep it straight, to give it like more strength. Like to but it really messed me up to be honest, because it kind of like it bent my hand in so I can't utilize it as much. Like I can eat, I can drive, I can do all those different things, but like some stuff I can't. I can still shoot a basketball. I don't know how that's the one thing that I can do. But I don't know. Sometimes I had to adjust. Like I dribble mainly with the left hand now. So it's like
Yeah,
when people
yeah.
force me to my left, it's like, okay, that's cool. I can dribble left. Like, most people can't dribble to their left unless you professionals,
Exactly.
unless you do the roof. But I definitely can. So
I mean,
yeah,
but you a lefty, so you're dope.
but I wasn't
Period.
a lefty for 17 years. I
But
was a
you
right
are
hand.
now.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
feel me? Gina, I
Definitely.
see you. I love you. Mom Sonia, I see you. I love you. So, growing up, being that you had all these surgeries and your last surgery was when you were a junior high school, did that affect you any way with making friends, with doing like the average normal high school activities at all?
Um No. So I'm from a small town, Michigan City, Indiana. So everybody know everybody. So as growing up, everybody knew who I was or whatever. So, but you do have people that, bully and talk trash. One thing I did learn how to do is joke. We call it roasting. So
Right.
like when people would roast and talk about me, I'm like, all you can say is something about my hands. You can't talk about nothing else. So I'm on your head. And it's like, oh man,
Oh,
now they mad because the dude with the short arms is roasting them. It's like, oh, you want to fight? Nah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't have started. You thought because my arms were short, my brain didn't work, or I didn't have a quick mouth. So I would say I had friends because I'm a people person. I always been a talker. Always been like a charming person. It's
yeah.
so funny because my mom just sent my birthday gifts. My birthday was Saturday, and so she sent like all my old report cards. So I'm reading them and I'm looking to see what they say because the grades weren't that great. But the teachers, oh, he's a charmer, he's a talker, he's off task, and it's like everything that I am now, kind of sorta. And it was just funny. But in school, like I was cool. I got in fights because I'm like, I'm not letting nobody you're not about to just disrespect me. Like
Right.
that, like we human, we all bleed the same. So you definitely not like if you get close enough to me where I can touch you, then you too close and I'm swinging on you. Like
Yeah, it's over.
I wasn't like a fighter, but I'm defending myself.
Yeah.
And then I lived in an all-white neighborhood. Like it was a couple black people. So Michigan City isn't racist, but you have racist people. So I dealt with that too. So I
Mhm.
would say childhood was good. Like I could ride a bike. I didn't drive a car until I got to like 25. I was always scared. For some reason, I just was like, I don't think I can. And then when I actually got there, I'm like, oh, I can drive, and I drive better than all of y'all out here. So, but as a kid, it was cool. Like basketball, really, how I got to talk to people, how I met people, how people knew who I was. They're like, oh yeah, leave him open if you want to. He gonna splash you. So,
Right.
that just the basketball helped. I made the team in elementary. Grades was never great. My grades was horrible. Like I just didn't like school, and I'm a teacher now. But that's a whole
I was just about to
yeah,
say Houseway. You a
yeah,
whole
yeah,
teacher.
yeah. I don't know. But I didn't like school, but I was a people person. In basketball, I think I did in ninth grade. So in ninth grade, I didn't make the team. I just knew I was gonna make the team. Like I just knew my game was on, my grades was right. Like I've been hooping with my homies, but listen, I was only 4'10" in ninth grade, so I was a shorty. I didn't even weigh 100 pounds, but I became the manager, and so one day I remember Coach Walker. Shout out to Coach Walker. He was like, "Jones, you gonna get to play?" I said, "What? I get to play? Oh, now."
Let's go.
So again, I told you I was 4'10". Everybody on this team, it was Valparaiso High School. Everybody on their team, they were 6 feet and taller. I'm like,
And
what in
here
the
you
world? So
are.
it's like, yeah, I'm a little short kid, and then you already know I have the disadvantage. Well, they think I have a disadvantage, but I remember I hit all three of the threes that I shot. I got a steal and I got blocked because I was scared. At that time, I wasn't good at going to the hole. But they were like, "Oh my goodness, like wow!" And it was like my homies was hyped, like, "Yeah, they already knew." So I
Right.
got to play another game. I really didn't get to get the ball. One dude was ball hogging. He was killing, and I was in the game when he was in the game, and he just wasn't passing. But it was just cool to be able to play and say I played in high school. I feel like I'm sure like maybe you might feel this way, or other people that's listening have a disability. I was the first person that should have been on ESPN for the kid that get to play in the game. You know
Thank
how they
you.
put the kid in the game now? I was that
Yes.
kid. I was the first. I was the first one, and I was
Everybody.
splashing. I was looking for ESPN. Like, come on, man, the
Right.
newspaper,
Sign me
somebody.
up, boss. Right.
Yeah. So when I was second grade, I played baseball, and I remember I got in the paper because people were like, "Oh my gosh, like he can play
They
baseball. He's
couldn't
pretty
believe it.
good."
Right.
Yeah, and on the title it says what disability, and
Period.
yeah, so they did a little story on me because with baseball I just play every sport because everybody else did, because my friends did. So with baseball, like I could bat good, but I wasn't great. I wasn't hitting homers, but I could get a hit. Catching the ball, now I could catch better, but back then, like I might not even catch the ball. I'll let it go past me, but I'm gonna run my fastest and I could throw the ball.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I was able to let it get past me, run, grab it, and throw it to whoever I needed to. But one of my best sports, which is shocking, was soccer. Like, and I was a goalie. I remember when I played goalie. I was elementary school, but it was like pee-wee soccer. I only got scored on once as a
Really?
goalie. Yeah, like I was that good. Um, but I think I inherited whatever sports genes in my family, but I just look different, and people like, oh, he can't really hoop, or he can't really do this. So as a
Right.
kid playing sports, I think just playing sports and people normalizing me, like nothing wrong with him. That's
That's
how I kind of.
I love that though, because that's a form of breaking stigma, because beyond your condition, period, point blank, because everyone thought one way about you because of what they saw outwardly, but you proved it wrong. Was like, nah, I'm about to smoke you, bro. Like in every sport, I'm about to smoke you. I love that. I think that's like super dope. So my question is, how is it being a father having a disability? Does your son see you any different? Did you guys have that talk to where you had to explain to him what your disability was at all?
Um, as he got older, yeah, but I think he kind of like he just knew he my dad, like so. But then I think we talked about it, or if somebody say something to me, like his friend, kids, they gonna say he ready to fight. He like, I'm gonna knock you out. You talking about my dad, but so he was doing a video, him and his friend. He was talking about me. He's talking about my situation. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't use bad words on here. You already told me, but I'm like, oh, I'm about to jack you up. Like what? And I'm like, why would you do that? And I explained. That's when I kind of had to talk with him. Like, and he understood. I was like, don't ever do that because my son's albino. So recently, within the last month, 2 months, kids was talking about him like, oh, he can't see his eyebrows, or he don't got eyebrows and stuff like that. So it's like, for me, having my situation, it helps him. So I think it's like we have that kind of connection
Mm.
where he went through his stage of I'm different, I look white, all these different things, and me already going through that kind of help him. And then especially with kids joking, I'm like, they joking. I'm like, you my son. What are you talking about? You're a Jones.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? Like you joke all day at home. So joke on them. Now if they get besides jokes, you know what time it is. Like, if it's just jokes, let's keep it at jokes. But if it's get past, you feel like it's gonna get somewhere, you know what to do. And it's
Right.
like I think we just always had that connection just because when he was first born, the first, I think 5 or 6 months, I was a stay-at-home dad. So me and him was together every day. And so we just had that connection. But we definitely have had to have that talk once. And I think he understood. And like his sister's like my daughter. I don't think we've ever really had that talk because she was 6 and she kind of just understood. I'm sure she probably talked to their mom, but she
Yeah.
just understood and she ain't never looked at me different. She ain't never said, oh, I don't want you to come to no event or nothing like that. I never really asked her like what do her friends say because they come over. I'm dad. Like what's going on? Who is this?
Period.
What's
Right.
what little friend? And so both kids kind of like I'm me. He dad. Like if we cross the line, it don't matter what's going on. Yeah,
That's it.
he turns up. Yeah,
It's
like
over.
he gonna get in
I
our head.
think that's
Yeah,
that's amazing. First off, that's amazing that you're brave enough to even like have a son that has a medical condition, but teach him like, bro, you got the confidence. We pretty much in this together. Like
yeah,
I have a limitation, you have a limitation, and we gonna rock it like it's nothing.
yeah,
Does
definitely.
albinoism run in your family or the mom's family at all?
Excuse me. Yeah, it runs in my family. Like I know I have cousins that I've been around. Excuse me. Been having heartburn today. I don't know. I think I've been eating bad. But
All them
on
Philly
my side, so
cheesesteaks.
I know people like on my dad's side, besides my brother, because he's dark skinned, I'm the darkest person in the family. Like everybody else light
Oh
skinned,
wow.
got the color eyes, maybe got color hair. So I knew when he came out, oh, that came from me, but it's because both of us have at least 1/4. So she has some albino family somewhere down the line. I think she said she knows a cousin, so that's where it came from. It's so crazy. Listen, they were asking us all these questions. Are you guys related? What? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what?
We don't do
Like,
that around here.
yeah, we what? Man, it was some questions. I'm like, I'll let you talk because I'm gonna have to be quiet because this I don't know what this
Okay.
doctor's talking about right now.
Because if
But
you
yeah,
say
so I
one more
already knew
sideways
they came.
thing, it's a wrap.
Yeah. So with him though, he don't have like he has glasses, but my whole side of the family like really got glasses, but his eyes aren't too bad. Like like some like my cousin, she has to wear shades, hoodie outside. He don't have to do all that. Now he can't be in the sun for very long, and
For too long.
we experienced that trial and error. I've experienced it on my end, and his mom experienced it. Just not even really thinking, and then he gets sunburned, and his sunburn a little is bad. So
Yeah.
we gotta be on that so he doesn't, and then even like when he plays a sport, hopefully he doesn't want to play a sport outdoors, maybe basketball. If he want to play football, he's been basketball since birth, but if he wants to, it's a challenge. That's where the challenge comes in for us to be like, can he play, or how we got to do that. So yeah.
Are there well, I mean I'm kind of in sports but not really. But are there any like maybe winter or fall like colder sports that he may can play?
Basketball his thing.
That's it.
Like
Huh?
until he changes, that's his thing. It's been his thing since he's a little me. Like and I'm just now kind of coaching him and getting on him because he don't want to listen to me. He'll go to somebody else and listen to them. And now, we going to the court more often. He listening. So he definitely basketball. He gonna be a problem because he shoot like me.
It's over.
I tell people, I told my homies, I'm like, he's really gonna be a problem because he's gonna be me with regular arms, and that's gonna be if I'm a problem with half the length. What do you think he's gonna do, or what do
It's
you
over.
think
It's
I
over.
would have did if I had normal length? Come on, man, I
It's
would have been a problem. I'm
facts, bro.
listen. I'm saying this on here. I've said it before. I'm top 5 shooters, dead or alive, because people don't understand how hard it is to shoot. And I will shoot against anybody. I might not win against everybody, but they're gonna be like, oh yeah, bro can shoot. I'm saying that now. If I ever meet Steph Curry, I'm challenging Klay Thompson, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, anybody that can shoot on here listening. If you want these problems, just let me know. I'm in Indianapolis. We need to travel. Just holler at me. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all heard it. I keep telling y'all can't keep up with the Joneses. I mean, y'all heard it. That's it. That's all. A shooter on deck. Let's go on site. On
On that.
site, bro. We not talking. We about to shoot this joint out.
Listen, a couple people lately, we can shoot. They like, oh, I know you can shoot. No, I can shoot. Like, yeah, 8 out of 10. What you get? Oh, okay, that's
10 out of
80%.
10. What you get?
I'm just saying, like, I can't use the basketball language on here. I have to be. I'm Kevin Garnett on the court. I'm not the
Well,
speaker. I'm not the teacher. I'm a whole different person. So I gotta.
ah, listen. You already got a challenger. My dad said, I'm letting you know now. You don't want to see me, bro.
Hey, that's fine. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, I got videos on Instagram. Y'all can see. I got a little dribble too. But I don't dribble too much. I just
Nikisha,
like to
they
shoot.
ain't ready. You heard it. Nikisha said they ain't
Hey,
ready.
and listen, if your son or daughter is 8 or younger, me and my son will challenge y'all to a shootout too.
Ooh, y'all heard it.
You can get 11 out of 10. Okay, all right, sir. Whatever. All right, Mr. Kendall. Sure.
That's my dad. You
No,
know,
okay.
he talk.
No, okay.
Y'all gotta meet up. Y'all gotta get in on this one time. That's
Hey,
hilarious. Okay, look,
hey.
so I know that you have your own show called Underdog Talk. Can you tell us how you got into it and what does that stand for? What does that look like?
So I got into podcasting. He said he booking his flight. Let me
Let's
know. I work at a school, so I got a gym access. So just let me know. Just let me know. But back to your question, because they kind of trying to distract me. No,
come
okay,
on, little
come on, little dribble. All right,
yeah.
don't get crossed up and fall. So
Oh snap! My mom said she got her cheerleader uniform.
wow. All right. I was gonna, shout you out, mom, and all that. I thought we was cool, but anyways,
Hey
um,
Tam.
let's get let's get back to the question at hand
Okay.
here. So I actually had a radio show first. Me and my buddy. It was called Chatting with the Fellas. It was
Okay.
because my ex-wife at the time, one of her friends had a radio show, and we got on there. And they were like, y'all cool. Y'all could get y'all a show. So it didn't work out with the radio station, and I still wanted to continue. And he was like, no, he didn't want to do a podcast. But this is the crazy thing. When I was younger, I spoke into the universe that I would have a radio show. It was with another friend, but I spoke it and I remember. And when I had the show, I was like, oh, so radio and podcasting is the same. So I look at it like that. So I got
Right.
my own podcast, and I wasn't me. I was right when I first started speaking. I was trying to be the motivational speaker guy. And I'm like, nah, I'm a little ghetto. I cuss. I talk about Jesus. I talk about everything. I'm funny. I would joke. So I'm like,
Yeah.
let me revamp it. So it was called It's a Jones Thing. So it was just me at first, motivation, telling stories about my son. Because if y'all ever meet him or get to know him, he is one silly person. So and then I had a series of it's called You Won't Believe This, because I lived in the hood, and I got a lot of stories to tell just from living in where I live.
Yeah.
So I started interviewing people. I started off with like friends, family, and then I started interviewing guests like from podcasts, groups and stuff of that sort. And so um, one of my friends, me and her used to go back and forth. And I'm like, man, I've been wanting to co-host. I'm like, you want to get on the show? So she got on, and then we had another host, and then one of my buddies. And so it was two girls, two guys. And she ended up passing away last year in August. She was hit by a car
Oh,
walking in the morning. It was dark, I guess. I think the girl was texting. So it came out the blue. And so this is the craziest thing. We had an episode that Thursday. Me and her kind of had got into it. She was dang near about to leave, but we sat down, we did the episode, we had a meeting, like, all right, where we going with this? Because I'm into it. I'm like, we can make money off this, we can do what we want. So we have this great meeting where we want to go in the future, where everything. Monday morning, she passed away. And I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to do with all this stuff that we just talked about? So we didn't do the podcast for the end of the year because the other girl was her best cousin, like they like sisters. So it was hard for her to come over my house, sit in the seats, and she not there. So I understood. So I'm like, what's good? Are y'all okay? We've been some months. Are we getting back at it? They didn't have the same passion. So I'm like, I can't do it as a Jones thing. And it was called Taurus SISHIT. Can't use the word because we are all tourists and we were just talking our stuff. So I was like, I can't do that. And since I started speaking, I've always been Eric Jones Jr., the underdog with the heroic heart. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, where can I go? And I'm like, underdog talk. Like, because everybody's an underdog. So people come on, we have conversation. I don't interview people, I have a conversation with them.
right.
So it could be whatever their story is. Like I just had a mom on. Tomorrow I got a lady, me and her both talked about mental health with divorce because it's mental health month. We both been divorced. So we talked about that. I've had people talk about, I actually had my ex-wife on. She was the first guest of the
Oh
new
wow.
show. And she talked about her weight loss because she lost a lot of weight after the divorce. I don't know why that be happening. Women, y'all be losing weight and getting in shape and all that
Hey,
and
hey,
getting
don't
all
come for us,
fancy.
bro.
No, y'all be getting
Ain't
all
no
fancy
freedom.
after the breakup. It'd be like, ain't no diss or nothing to nobody. I'm just saying in general. I see that a lot, and it's like, dang, that's wonder why that is. Or it could be dudes too. I've seen a lot of dudes lose weight after the break. It's like,
For
why y'all
sure.
ain't do
Not
that in the
gaining weight.
relationship? But anywho, yeah. So like I have anybody on, I've had people all over the world, Canada, the UK, all over the US. I don't have video because my laptop messed up. I've been procrastinating on getting that fixed, but I definitely want to do video because podcasting is the wave. So that's just really how it started, a radio show, and I kept it moving, and I kept having to rebrand. So listeners, like when you start something, sometimes you got to rebrand because you might grow. Sometimes you might add somebody. That person might not last long, whatever the case may be. You got to keep going because I could have gave up. I'm like, oh, they don't want to do it. But I'm sitting there, my fingers itching. I'm like, I'm ready to get back. But
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to fire them or tell them, hey, y'all kicked to the curb. And they just went on it. I'm like, all right, I got to do my thing. And that's just where I'm
Yeah.
at now.
That's your passion. Your passion
Yeah, it really is.
trumps anything and anyone. And I think that's where that's a dope thing about you. Like, and it started just from your story. It started from the beginning, from 6 months. Just like how your mom said, like you stayed calm, and that's what kept her calm. When you play basketball, that's your judge. Like even with your son, with his condition, and you teaching him how to be confident. With them trying to come for you, and you like, no, we about to roast the whole. Y'all just coming from my arms. I'm roasting from head to toe, bro. Like all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Hey,
pushed me.
so hold on. Somebody said when after the divorce, it's more money and you can afford a weight loss program. That's funny. That's
Acacia.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
that could
hilarious.
be. I don't know. For dudes, it ain't always cheaper. It's cheaper to keep her. That's what I heard. I don't know. I ain't gonna put my personal, but yeah, yeah.
Saying
It's a little
from a
it's
dude's
a little cheaper to
perspective,
keep her,
there first, it's cheaper to keep her because
or
it.
cheaper to stay single.
Well, that too.
I'm gonna try to find my son a stepmom, but hey, I'm cool with the singleness.
Listen, as long as you content in who you are, I'm with it. I'm with it either way. Okay, so look, where can they find you? Like, where can people find you?
Any podcast platform, Underdog Talk, and Underdog is spelled UNDERDAWG, Talk, and Instagram, Facebook. I got a page, but they're shutting. They just started Facebook podcast and shutting it down. Whatever. But
Crazy.
any platform you can find me on there: Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeart, Amazon. Yeah, whatever
Where can
platform
they
you
find
can.
the merch though?
Oh, so let me tell about the merch. So how I really started that, it was during COVID when I started it. So I'm like, how can I make some extra money? I'm sitting at the crib. So I started making shirts. The first shirt was more than a hashtag. That was around I think when George Floyd passed. So I'm like,
Okay.
I kind of like, okay, let me see if I can make some money off the shirt, some shirts. But I came up with my own kind of idea, and it did good. And I did men first, then I did women, then I did another shirt, then I did another shirt, and it kind of was doing good. And Spotify, not Spotify, Shopify, I always mix them up. Shopify had like a free 90 days because of COVID.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let me start this website. I know I can make the monthly fee in these 3 months. Excuse me. And I just started, but I needed a name. And I'm like, man, what can I name it? What can I name? I named it after my son. His name is Christian. His middle name is Dewan. It's called Christian Dewan because my biological dad, all we got was that little monthly check when your parents died. He left me with questions. Like I used to, I I lived on him so I used to almost to like about fifth grade. That's when I finally like, okay, my dad gone. Like I didn't like my stepdad. I'm like, you trying to take my dad's place? Like my sister might say jokes about my dad. I'm fighting. Like but then when I learned actually about him and who he was, it's like, okay, I might not have liked him, and me and him might have got into it because I got a slick mouth, and this ain't just as an adult; it was as a kid too.
Right.
So I'm like, let me name it after my son. His name is LLC. He has a business. And if he wants to do something with it as he get older, whatever you want to do, that's yours. I did it for you. I got, speaking and podcasting, but I'm doing it now for him. So I got different kinds of shirts, different like we got the more than my disability. I've got shirts that been for moms, been for dads. Like I got one now, worth more than a 9 to 5 salary. It takes
Period.
$0 to show love. Like just different kind of thinking. I do have one. I can't say the last part of it because it has a kind of cuss word. I'm a lovable a-hole, and that's kind of me. Like in a sense, like and people look at it, and some people like, oh, I love that, but people don't have the courage to wear it. I do.
Right. It's a
Like,
conversation starter, low key.
yeah, like what is that? Like, you either love me and then on the back. So I just had the LA, so I had it like LA, and then it says lovable, and then it says the other word. And so in the
Yeah.
back, I just created because I was in a fashion show. I put love or hate me with a knife through a heart because it's like you either love me or you hate me. You either gonna be accept me. I'm gonna say something. You might, and the thing is, I don't really say nothing too bad. I just tell you something that you need to hear that you might didn't want to hear. I'm gonna say what somebody should tell you. That's just me.
Right. What they thinking.
Yeah, that's what I built my podcast off. Even now, like I don't cuss if I got the pastor on there, or I don't talk about certain stuff if I got certain people. But I can be myself on there, especially when I
Yeah.
had Issa Jones thing. Oh, I was me. Like I can be
Right.
myself, and that's what the clothing brand is. Me being myself. People that are they self. Like people that got dreams, they might be still working a 9 to 5, but they want to be an entrepreneur. That's kind of what the brand is. Positive energy through your clothes. Christian Dewan is Christian and then DEJUAN.com. On Instagram is Christian_Dewan J. On Facebook is Christian Dewan J. And that's where you can find it. And just because you guys are listening, if you use the promo code Underdog Talk, you get 15% off. It's just like you be listening to my podcast. So I give you 15% off if you use it listening to this.
It's
Cause
a
you
Jones
cause you
thing.
support because you supporting and it's crazy is like even if I didn't have this particular one, I was gonna have a shirt from my brand, but just that you had that on. And I remember you probably one of the only me and you might be the only people. A lot of people don't have that or it didn't gravitate to people yet. But me and you are the only people that got this shirt. And you know how LeBron and
I
him,
love
they
this shit.
have more than an athlete and all that. We more than our disability. And
Period.
people and your show really shows that. Like people look at you a certain way. That don't got nothing to do with my brain. That don't got nothing to do with my heart. Like
It sure
that's
don't.
that's how I play basketball. I didn't work out. You think I went to the gym? No, I ain't lifting nobody weights. I just got hurt. I'm strong because I think I'm strong. Like I don't you know, whatever strength God gave me, He gave me a little extra. Like
That's it.
I'm not even a person that work out. Like I'm probably one of the laziest, skinniest people y'all know. But when it's time to get down with the get down, I'm
I'm
with
going
it.
to do it. Period.
Yeah, like it's just, and I think sometimes people overthink. Like sometimes you don't have to be you got to have some type of talent, but you if you got heart and you at least know the fundamentals, you can outplay somebody with talent.
Facts.
Like I've been on the court with people that played college ball, people that was in college playing football, whatever. Like me and my buddies, it was three of us, and I'm just a stats guy. We they went to Indiana University. I didn't go there. I went to Ivy Tech, but we played at the gym. One like semester, we were like 63-10. Like I just remember, like we lost, but I'm talking about series. Like if we
Yeah.
played a series, we didn't went there, and people like, dang, he can really hoop. Like, yeah, I really can't. But it was because we was the big three. We knew each other, so nobody else knew what I could do, but they did. And you gotta be around people that hide your weaknesses. You
Right.
got to be around people like your team, like even your friends. You got to be around people that can help you, that can be honest with you. Like if they could have been honest, they could have been like, "Oh, we don't really want you to hoop. You can hoop a little bit." No, bro can hoop. We gonna bring him with us. We don't care what other people think because we know what he can do, what he brings to the table with us, and that's how you got to work as a team. And one thing, like you got to bet on yourself.
Right.
Like that's as people with disabilities, who else gonna bet on us? Our mom, okay, but
That's it
that's what
though.
she's supposed to do. You know, our dad, maybe our siblings. But if we don't bet on ourselves, nobody else gonna even think we gonna be able to do anything.
That's
Like
fact.
anything. Like you get on here and you got the energy and all that, and people they might not even know you, and they might just think you sit down, but then they see you in a wheelchair, they might look at you a little different. No, I'm the same person you was looking at on the screen. I'm no
Right.
different.
What changed?
I'm no different. So you
What
might
changed?
not, you know, your energy might change, but I'm still gonna be me. And
That's
I
fact.
think, and I don't mean to ramble, but I think with me, like people think on the basketball court, just in general, me being a man, like you ain't never gonna disrespect me. Like ever. Like I don't care what I look like. You a man just like I'm a man. You ain't gonna never disrespect me. I don't care how big you are, how who you done knocked out. I don't care what's going on. You bleed like I bleed. And I think people have to start respecting people with disabilities. Because I work with kids with disabilities. So I see it from a teacher's aspect or of how people treat them. And it's like,
Right.
dang, did people treat me like that? I would have probably smacked somebody. Like, you know, like just knowing me, or I probably would have got in more trouble. I don't even know. And it's just crazy.
I
Like
agree.
respect people with disabilities. Like we're no different than you.
Right.
Sometimes we
We are
better than you. Really, just
right.
don't keep
Yeah,
it
we
up.
got one up because we have more of the confidence and we already have a disadvantage. So that's set aside. We already know what we're working with. So we just gonna work it. I think that's super dope and I think that's a good perspective to use for those that are able bodies to remember that we are regular people just like you and me and the next. Eric, listen. I appreciate you for being on the show, bro. Like you're super dope.
Thank you.
I don't ever take it for granted. You already know we locked in for life. Period. Point again a period. But I just got one question to ask. Are you ready for it before you go?
Yeah, let's go. What's your question?
I gay. The question is, Would you rather live in a new country every month or never go on vacation? Woo!
Man, I'm living in a new country every month. What you mean? Never go on vacation? What? Man, listen, I'm son. Hey, I'm gonna talk to his mom. Hey, ma. Hey,
Okay, keep
we
your
traveling the
backpack, bro.
world.
Keep your
Yeah, yeah, we gone. We gone.
keep
What?
your
And
backpack.
then,
I
cause
love it.
look, me as a speaker, I'm going to different countries and I'm speaking.
Fact,
What? I'm going with the podcast and interviewing people from all
fact.
over the world. Come on, man. What you talking about? I'm gonna
Malaya,
make
I
money
see you.
and live it up.
Kavana, I love you too. That's facts, bro. Like that's the dopest thing, especially for us, for speakers like us. Every month I'm gone. Like I will have a standing seat in the airplane. Like y'all already know
Yeah,
what's
they're
up.
gonna know. No, I'm gonna get it to where the money just so right. I'm gonna have a private jet. Skip all that.
Where
I'm
the
gonna get
money
to the
reside, where the
yeah,
money reside.
yeah. I'm gonna be. Hey, we going all these different places. We don't need to wait on nobody.
Okay.
We
Tell
might be
me that.
hungry. We gotta leave in the middle of the day, whatever. And then think about it.
Fact.
You go to all these different countries, you meet people. So when you go back, oh yeah. Or you go in all these different countries. Now you could bring your people over, and y'all traveling
Yeah.
the world. Man, yeah, yeah. I don't
That's
know.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yo,
I don't
thank
know
you.
who would say they wouldn't go on vacation. Whoever wouldn't go on vacation, something wrong with you. Something
Come on,
wrong.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yo, thank you so much again for being on the show. I definitely appreciate it. We're gonna put you in the back. I'm gonna end out, and then I'm gonna see you at the end. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. See, I already told y'all. I told y'all that y'all can't keep up with the Joneses, and I told y'all that this guest was gonna be super dope. Every week, every week. You feel me? So let's get into the sponsors because you already know what it is. You already know what it is. The first one, the Ashley Inn and Co. Let's go. For those women that love comfortable yet cute clothes, please hit them up at the Everyday Woman on IG, the Ashley Inn and Co. and Facebook, the Everyday Woman 2 Live Crew. Next up, we got new youth services for the new businesses, new business owners, new companies that don't really know what to do. I just got a business and I don't know what's next, but I want my business out there. Yo, I got you. New You Custom Services got you. Please follow them on IG, New You Services, or email them, newuservicesgmail.com. Next up, last up, you already know we got Harris Transportation LLC. Uh, 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 uh. For those people that have bulk items, don't be sending no chairs. Don't be saying you want a chair. Shit, for those that have bulk items that want it to go from one destination to the next, listen, Harris Transportation Company got you. Contact them 951 area code 472-3376 or email Chris Harris 763 at yahoo.com. Listen, all these three companies are black owned businesses, so y'all gotta support them. Point again, a period. Y'all know how we get down. Listen, thank you guys so much for being on the show. Not a guest, but a commentator. We appreciate you too. I don't ever take it lightly. Everyone, love you, Miss Sonia. Everyone that comes on the show, that comments, that watches, that gets understanding, that gets knowledge, that don't know. Like I just appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I don't take it lightly. And now y'all can go take y'all bath, go eat y'all dinner, go fix y'all popcorn, take the kids to bed, all that jazz. Cause we about to be out in a few seconds. I'm gonna leave y'all with the word value for today, which is stop shrinking into places you've outgrown. What? Stop shrinking into places you've outgrown. Y'all heard it. I said it twice for the people in the back. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. I love you. Eric Jones Jr., you in the back, how you commenting? And you calling out people. You calling out people, you commenting, calling out people. Yo, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Until next time, we out next Tuesday. Make sure they tune in because we're gonna be live at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Y'all already know. Love you, Gabe. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.